Good morning, boys and girls. Coop here. How are we all doing today? Doing good? Excellent. Just doing a quick video as a bit of a post-mortem. Myself and fellow YouTuber slash friend Jason Blair participated in the Game Maker's Toolkit Game Jam this weekend just gone. So it was 48 hours of chaotic fun building a game around the theme of a single mechanic, or at least this was my interpretation, a single mechanic that sort of has multiple uses. A simple game idea that could be used in many, many ways. So the idea that we sort of went with, and you might see that I'm just playing a bit of the game footage now, the theme, so the way we sort of decided to go with that was to try and use lighting, or the idea of a single use, sort of a single action key to control your lighting. And we decided to go with a bit of a horror slash spooky theme and try and pull that off in 2D, which was a very interesting experience. So hopefully we hit that theme pretty well. Have a look at the site, come check out the game, have a play, tell me what you think. Anyway, so in terms of the details of the process, the parts I sort of enjoyed that I think worked really well, and I hope you agree with me, is the animations and the sprites. So, Jason, awesome work, man. Like, just going to congratulate you again. I think they were fantastic work. I know you think you could have done a bit better and all of that, but dude, I think it looks fantastic. And the same goes for the post-processing effects there. So all that cool sort of visual effects, the glowing and the the bloom, etc., etc. Props to Jason for most of that. A lot of that was his hard work working all that out. What else do we have? So I think the lighting worked really, really well. I think that came together quite nicely, as well as the throwing mechanic of the torch. I was really happy with that, as well as the Yeti in general, the way he works and the way he hides and fades out, etc. I think that all came together quite nicely, all things considered. So some parts that I don't think work too well, or that we had to ditch. We had to ditch sound, even though, hey Jace, thanks man, you did come up with a bunch of sound effects. I just didn't have time to implement them in the time frame. Same goes for sort of a good damage animations on the player. So in the end, I had to ditch the idea of having the player visually affected when he gets hit by the Yeti, in favor of actually having a damage system. So the player has health, but he doesn't look like he takes damage, which was unfortunate because, yeah, once again, Jason did do up some cool sprites for that. Maybe if we polish it up, we'll get them in there. Didn't get a title menu in there, and I think the GUI could have done with a bit more work. It was pretty good, but, could have been better. There are a couple of bugs in it too, so the quit function in the submission doesn't actually work, and that was totally my bad. I just completely stuffed the coding up, and looking back, it was so obvious. I was just rushing, and that, stuffed it up. So in the submission for the game jam, you can't quit the game, you got to crash it out. That's really annoying. And the firelighting mechanic's a little bit buggy as well. The code was getting quite messy, and I think if I went through and tidied that up, that could be something that could be straightened out easier. Other ways it could be better. I think it could be a lot more challenging, having now actually sat down and played through it. So you could maybe have a few less torches to carry on the player, perhaps get less torches when you sacrifice the campfires, and I think the Yetis they should track the player from a lot further away to make it a lot more challenging. Overall, I think some of the lessons I sort of picked up from this was knowing the difference between critical and non-critical polish. So I think the post-processing effects are a good example of critical polish. Some might disagree, but I think they're critical because they added an extra layer to it, an extra sort of depth to it. I think made it look a little bit more professional, which when the game's going to be judged, this is never necessarily a bad thing. I think some other good lessons were, stay focused, try and stay on the task, don't get distracted. Easier said than done, and make sure you're getting enough sleep as well. Everyone says that, but I think you are far better off going to bed early, getting some good sleep, and you're more productive when you get up and get going than if you, work until 3 in the morning like I did on the Friday night, the first night, and then you don't get up till like 10, 11, and it doesn't work. Just get sleep, and it works out well. Keep your brain sharp, and you should be good. As well as that, the benefit of teamwork. Like seriously, I've tried a few of these on my own. I've tried a few game jams. I've never done particularly well. This is actually the first time I've really submitted a project that I would call at least complete to the point of being playable, and I'm happy with it. And I think a lot of that comes from yeah, working well as a team. So thanks again, Jason, man. I think that was some fantastic work, and we could have done things better, but hey, for a first attempt and for the first time working together as a team, I think we did fantastic. So props, well done, man. And once again, guys, check out the game. I'll put some links down in the description. Have a bit of a look. Some ratings go up later, so if you were part of the game jam, hey, let me know. We can maybe rate your game, you rate ours. A bit of friendliness, bit of fun, bit of love, all that good stuff. Anyway, hopefully talk to you guys again soon and get a few more tutorials out. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, please subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will talk to you next time. See ya.